We've got to get to author and feminist Isabel Allende. Now, we've put your questions to her from her home in California. She'll be sharing her wisdom with Sydney's All About Women Festival this Sunday. And our first question for Isabel tonight comes from Clara Smythe.
Are we sending a confusing message and mixed messages to girls? On the one hand, we're told not to tell little girls they're very pretty, so they're not objectified. Then on the other hand, the media rewards women by enlisting those who have spent tens of thousands of dollars on plastic surgery to increase their chances to be chosen for a reality show. And I've used an example, MAFS, Married at First Sight.
Isabel Allende.
Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum.
Well, that's one of the many things that the feminist movement, especially the young wave of feminists, has been challenging. I don't think there is anything wrong with being pretty or feeling pretty, being self-confident and feeling good in your body. But you don't have to change anything. And then that shouldn't be something imposed from outside. It should be something that you feel inside.
Isabel, some young women seem to be cautious about calling themselves feminists. Why do you think that is?
Because men have been very successful in depicting women who are feminists as hairy bitches that don't shave their armpits, and they are main haters. That is not true. That is a cliche invented by the right and by some males, and it has sort of caught on. So women, young women especially, feel that it's not sexy to be a feminist. Well, I'm telling you, call yourself whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Don't call yourself a feminist, but do the work.
OK, Isabel, our next question comes to you from Steve Bentley in Ipswich in Queensland.
We know men abuse power. Throughout history, there has been no respite from male rulers abusing power. 2020 showed us just how bad this can get. If women ruled the world, would we have war, weapons of mass destruction, billionaires, overpopulation, religion, poverty and homelessness, climate catastrophe, massive habitat destruction, abusive pornography, domestic violence and violent crime in general? Women are not responsible for the items on this list. Well,
I would like to meet this gentleman, really. He has summarized what patriarchy is all about. When I talk about feminism being an uprising, a struggle against patriarchy, I'm not saying against men, because we need men. We need men like that gentleman and like my son and like the new generation of young men who are also fed up with the world as it is. And it's not about replacing patriarchy by a matriarchy, because we don't know how that would work, but to have a management of the world in which men and women in equal numbers and with equal power would make the decisions.
Isabel, you say in your new book that you were an angry child. What was your mum's reaction to that? Didn't she start taking you to doctors?
Yeah. They thought that there was something wrong with me. Maybe I had some tapeworm or something wrong with my brain, because I was a weird kid. I mean, I didn't fit anywhere. I was rebellious. I was kicked out of the nun school when I was 6. My mother thought that her daughter wasn't going to have a very happy life. She told me once, she said, look, you can do anything you want, but do it discreetly. Don't make so much noise. And my reply was, feminism without noise. What would that look like?
Isabel, I know you won't be watching Australian politics closely where you are, but we are having a big debate in this country about the treatment of women in our politics, in our national life. Do you think the solutions lie in getting the gender balance right in the buildings where decisions are made, or is there more to it than that?
I think that's the beginning. That's where we start. Without that critical number, nothing much changes. The pendulum doesn't move.
Isabel, our next question is from Mark Darcy from Rye in Victoria.
Isabel Allende, your stories are full of spiritual references. Given that, I wonder what you think about the idea of romance and desire being spiritual rather than requiring a physical expression or outlet.
Wow, that's a lovely idea. A lovely idea that I should explore. For me, unfortunately, that has not happened. but I'm, especially at my age, I'm totally willing to explore that. I'll talk to my husband tonight.
So how important then is the physical? You've said that you're 78 now. How valuable is that to you today?
It still is. Yeah, there's a lot of demands on my husband.
So give us an insight into the future, Isabel. Does the sex get better, more beautiful with age, or does it get more difficult?
Difficult, of course, but you can replace, energy. You can replace the energy with laughter and marijuana and, I don't know, companionship, kindness. But humor, good humor helps a lot.
You've talked, though, about getting divorced in your 70s. Has it surprised you, the capacity for love and for renewal in these later decades of your life?
When I divorced, I was 72, and I really thought that I would spend the rest of my life without a male companion. Because at that age, it's almost impossible to find someone that would be interested in me. Older men, they look terrible, by the way. They think that they are entitled to women 30 years younger. What are they thinking? They're crazy. But for some reason, there was a man who heard me on the radio, and he started emailing me every day. He was a lawyer from New York, a widower. He emailed me every day in the morning and in the evening. So finally, he sold his house, gave away everything it contained, and moved to California with 2 bikes and his clothes, which were very dated, so I had to throw them away. And so we've been living ever since together, and we have both changed. We have both changed a lot. And it's been a wonderful, how could I say, renewal, discovery. It's like a new life in many ways. And I'm happy that it's happening.
Isabel Allende, on that note, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please come and say hi in person next time.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.